Jack and his mother lived in a small cottage, poverty their constant companion. Their only cow was their last hope. Jack was sent to market to sell her. He walked the dusty road, leading Bess, the cow, by a worn rope. A strange man with twinkling eyes blocked his path, a sly grin on his face. "Going to market, are you, lad?" the man asked, his voice like rustling leaves. Jack nodded, tightening his grip on the rope, wary of the stranger. The man held out a hand, revealing 5 beans, shimmering with an odd light. "Magic beans," he whispered, "worth more than any cow." "A fair trade?" Jack stared at the beans, mesmerized by their strange, pulsating glow. He hesitated, remembering his mother's instructions, but the magic beckoned. The man pressed the beans into Jack's hand, snatching the cow's rope. "Pleasure doing business with you, son," the man cackled, leading Bess away. Jack clutched the beans, his heart pounding with excitement and a hint of guilt. He ran home, eager to show his mother his treasure. His face flushed. He burst through the door, beans held high, a triumphant grin on his face. "Mother, look! Magic beans! I traded Bess for them." His mother's face darkened. Her eyes flashed with anger and disappointment. "You fool!" she screamed. "Our only hope, gone for worthless trinkets." She snatched the beans, her hand trembling with rage, her voice shaking. "Get out!" she shrieked, throwing the beans out the open window. Jack watched, heartbroken, as the beans disappeared into the garden soil. He went to bed hungry and ashamed, the weight of his mistake heavy on his heart. The next morning, Jack awoke to a strange green light filtering through his window. He peered outside, his jaw dropping in disbelief at the sight before him. A colossal beanstalk towered over the cottage, reaching high into the clouds. It was thicker than any tree he had ever seen, its leaves rustling mysteriously. The magic beans! They weren't worthless after all. A thrill shot through him. His mother watched from the doorway, her anger replaced by stunned silence. "What have you done, Jack?" she whispered, her voice filled with awe and fear. Jack felt a surge of adventure, a desire to explore the unknown above the clouds. He knew he had to climb it to prove the beans' worth, to redeem himself. "I'm going to climb it, Mother," he declared, his voice filled with determination. His mother pleaded with him to stay, warning of the dangers that might lie above. But Jack was resolute, his eyes fixed on the towering beanstalk, his mind made up. He grabbed a loaf of bread and a small knife, preparing for his journey. He started to climb, his hands gripping the rough bark, his feet finding perches. The beanstalk swayed gently in the breeze, a green ladder to the sky. He climbed higher and higher, the cottage shrinking below him, the world expanding. The air grew thinner, the clouds swirling around him, obscuring the ground. He paused, catching his breath, looking down at the dizzying height below. Fear gnawed at him, but the thrill of adventure pushed him onward and upward. He climbed for hours, his muscles aching, his hands raw, his determination unwavering. The clouds parted, revealing a strange, shimmering land above, a world unknown. He saw a colossal castle in the distance, its towers piercing the sky, its walls gleaming. A sense of wonder filled him, mixed with trepidation at what he might find there. He continued to climb, driven by curiosity and the hope of finding something extraordinary. The beanstalk led him directly to the castle gates, massive and imposing. He hesitated, unsure of what to do, his heart pounding in his chest. He pushed open the gates, creaking and groaning, stepping into the unknown. The courtyard was vast and empty, the silence broken only by the wind. He saw a massive door leading into the castle, its surface intricately carved. He approached the door cautiously, his hand trembling as he reached for the handle. He pushed the door open, revealing a dark and cavernous hall filled with shadows. A faint light flickered in the distance, beckoning him forward deeper into the castle. He took a deep breath and stepped inside, ready to face whatever awaited him. The air was thick with the smell of dust and decay, a sense of ancient power. He walked slowly, his eyes scanning the shadows, listening for any sign of life. He knew he was not alone, that something was watching him, waiting in the darkness. His adventure had begun, a perilous journey into the heart of the giant's castle. He steeled his resolve, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead, his fate unknown. Jack reached the top, gasping for breath, and saw a colossal castle looming before him. The air vibrated with an ominous energy. He cautiously approached the castle's massive gates, pushing them open with a groan. Inside, everything was gigantic. Chairs, tables, even the cutlery. He spotted a bag overflowing with gold coins on a table. Jack crept towards it, his heart pounding in his chest. He grabbed the bag, its weight nearly pulling him over. Suddenly, heavy footsteps echoed through the hall. Jack ducked behind a towering chair, clutching the gold. A giant lumbered into the room, sniffing the air. Fee-fee-fo-fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Jack held his breath, praying he wouldn't be discovered. The giant moved on, and Jack seized his chance to escape. He scurried out of the castle, clutching the bag of gold. Back on the beanstalk, he descended quickly, adrenaline pumping. He reached the bottom safely, and his mother rejoiced at the sight of the gold. Days later, Jack climbed the beanstalk again, seeking more treasure. This time, he found a hen that laid golden eggs. He snatched the hen, but it squawked loudly, alerting the giant. The giant roared in anger, his voice shaking the castle. Jack raced back down the beanstalk, the hen flapping wildly. He barely made it down before the giant appeared at the top. His mother was amazed by the golden eggs. Driven by greed, Jack ascended the beanstalk a final time. He discovered a beautiful golden harp, singing sweetly. He grabbed the harp, but it cried out, "Help me, master!" The giant, enraged beyond measure, charged after Jack. Jack scrambled down the beanstalk, the harp's cries echoing. The giant pursued him relentlessly. Shaking the beanstalk, Jack reached the ground and yelled, "Mother, bring the axe!" His mother rushed out with the axe, fear etched on her face. Jack began chopping at the base of the beanstalk with all his might. The beanstalk groaned and swayed precariously. The giant was almost upon him, his shadow looming large. With a final mighty blow, Jack severed the beanstalk. The beanstalk crashed to the ground with a deafening roar. The giant plummeted from the sky, disappearing into the earth. Jack and his mother watched in stunned silence. The golden harp lay silent beside them. They had vanquished the giant and secured their future. Jack and his mother examined the treasures. The bag of gold shimmered in the sunlight. The hen clucked softly, laying another golden egg. The golden harp seemed to smile. They gathered the treasures and went inside their home. Jack and his mother were rich beyond their wildest dreams. They lived in comfort and security from that day forward. They never forgot the magic of the beans. Jack learned a valuable lesson about courage and risk. His mother was grateful for their newfound prosperity. They shared their wealth with those in need. Their kindness spread throughout the land. The story of Jack and the Beanstalk became a legend, a tale of bravery, magic, and triumph over adversity. The golden eggs provided them with a steady income. The golden harp filled their home with beautiful music. The bag of gold ensured their financial security. Jack and his mother lived a life of happiness. They were forever changed by their extraordinary adventure. And so Jack and his mother lived happily ever after.